It is a beautiful day. When I first came out to do my chores this morning, it was 65, so I had a pullover on, obviously, because that's a little chilly for me. And I'm going to come right over here and sit for a minute while I got this my fire for a cooking station going right now, because you got to kind of keep it going so the coals can all be good. And I've got green wood on it with some dry stuff, which does help out overall. You could probably hear it sizzling. Sorry, I got something stuck in my tooth. I just got done eating some lunch. So I ran to Dewajak to get our rabbits from the butcher. And they said that last batch is around the first week of November when they're going to be doing them. And she said after deer season's over with, they could probably do one more batch if it's large enough. And I told her that I've been trying to breed more than just 3 litters, and to get more rabbits to be able to go in. She told me that if we could get more rabbits, to be able to have butchered, that they could possibly keep butchering them for us. But my problem is like getting my does to settle. Like I looked at Belle today, and I'm not so sure she's pregnant. But today is September 3rd. My husband's back to work, of course. And I've got a list about 10 miles long of stuff that I want to do this week while the weather is supposed to be beautiful out. We have a couple of days where it's going to be in the 80s, which isn't bad. Most of the time it's in the mid 70s. I went up and told our neighbors about that we're able to let them get all the wood since they're the ones that burn wood. And I've got my dishes in some hot water soaking. So I thought I'd come out here and just sit and just kind of do a little video to start it off. I want to try to get a skid moved into the barn. I want to try to get two rabbit cages down and put together to see if that doesn't help with 6-foot rabbit cages, and then get that put together. But I'll have to have my husband cut me off some 2x4s and split them so I can use them as legs, and then go from there. I removed the boxes from the one rabbits. I can hear something walking through the woods. I got flies bugging me. Usually if I'm sitting over here near this fire, the smoke and everything that's coming off of it, the bugs don't really bother me, which is kind of nice. And so I've got dishes I need to get done. I've got my counter that I need to clean off. I got a skid that I want to move in there. I got a couple of cages I want to take down and put together to make bigger cages. I've got a load of laundry sitting in the dryer I need to bring up and put away. I'm trying to think of what else. I cleaned the bathroom where we did have a kitten in. Cleaned that all back up. I did that this morning. I watered and fed everybody. I got Scarlet milked. The reason why I want to put a skid in the barn is because I want to move my refrigerator back into the barn, because my husband still hasn't moved the stuff back in there yet, and I don't know when that's going to happen. So it looks like I'll have to do it myself. Sometimes you have to do that. He did get this beech right here that fell down from this big beech that's over here. The big limb that fell down during a storm that landed in my flower bed. I want to get that weeded sometime this week. And just keep drilling that stuff before snow starts flying, because they're saying we're supposed to have an early winter and a hard winter at that. I mean, everywhere that I've looked, it's stating that, so we definitely want to get that done. I've got places I need to call today, and I still haven't done that. I got to call our mortgage company, ask them where our check is so we can get our roof fixed. Then I got to call Kubota because my husband wants a quote on to see what it would cost for an open cab excavator. That he wants just the lights on the front of it, something similar to what we had. He'd be really, he says the next time we're going to rent, which is hopefully just in another couple of weeks, we're going to try to rent the 57 so he can kind of run both of them. And then he would like to run the 82 that they have and then decide which one he'd actually want. But he's really impressed with the 40 that we used. Like, that machine is very, very nice. It's got a lot of power for as small as it is, being a mini. And my husband said that when it comes to the John Deere 60, he thinks it is, that's at work, he said that thing is a piece of junk. He hates running it, and he said that Kubota would walk all over them on their minis. They have so much better power and just overall just better put together machines. And he said that that machine, I think he put, and he ran it pretty hard too, you know. It did a lot of digging. That's all mainly it did, a lot of digging. And I think he put 9 hours on it and used almost a whole tank of fuel. Like, I think the first 4 hours or so, he just used like a quarter of a tank, and he was impressed about that. Kubota really does an awesome job with fuel economy and price of their machinery. And the quality of their machinery too is just wonderful. I'm like looking at little flames. I need to kind of stoke that up some, I think. I put some of that beech on there that was green, but man, it's like eating it up. I'll turn you guys around so you can see it. Yep, that's it right there. It looks great. There was still nothing really in there this morning when I came out, but I stirred it all up, and then I put what little pieces that were off on the sides that couldn't get in there, I put those in the middle, and that kind of ignited it a little bit. Then I threw some dry stuff on there, and then threw a couple wet pieces, and then went and did my chores, went up and told the neighbors about the wood, you know, that they can start taking it, and, you know, just give us a price then on what they think it's all worth. But my husband's even going to do a better price for them then too, because he's like, you got to do your neighbors good. You know, when neighbors are good to each other, we're here to help each other, and that's true. My stomach is just growling and making all kinds of noises. I don't feel like I'm still hungry. Like I told my husband too, I weighed myself a week or so ago, and I was staying right at like 120. And then it's been about a week since I've weighed myself, and I weighed myself yesterday after I got up, and I weighed 116. And I was like, I don't understand why I can't, like, I keep fluctuating between 115 and 120, and 120 pounds is still not a whole lot, you know, for someone. I'm a petite type woman to begin with, you know. I've never been on the heavier side or anything, and the heaviest I've ever weighed, and that was pregnant at 160 pounds. I weigh less now than I did when I first got pregnant with my very first kid at the age of 20. So I feel like I was 120 pounds when I got pregnant with Brianna, who will be 23 this year. And after I had her, I didn't even look like I was pregnant. But then I had Courtney, and she's the one I gained the most weight with because I gained a whole 30 pounds. No, Brianna I gained a whole 30 pounds with. Courtney I gained 22. But I didn't seem to shed the weight off very well. I looked very full in the face. My face was more rounder looking. Just overall, it's just uh, I didn't I didn't seem to I didn't have a belly or anything like that after I had Courtney, and Courtney, she'll be 20 this year. But then when I got pregnant with Elijah, I was like 140 pounds probably, and I only gained 11, so I was like 151 with him. But after I had him, and he did very well with breastfeeding because I breastfed my children, and I would say he did the best out of all three of them. And I actually breastfed him the longest because he chose to keep nursing. Now my daughters, they didn't, like 6 weeks, and then they just didn't want to nurse off me no more, so that was fine. But at least they got the first six weeks of breast milk, which is supposed to be make your children a lot healthier and just overall better children. They're supposed to be able to maintain weight better and everything. But Elijah, he's a little on the larger side, but he is tall. He's like probably 6'2" now. I don't know exactly how tall he is. It's been a while since I've seen him because, the room is not completed yet. And we don't have a bed. The insurance company's taking their sweet time getting us our check back for his stuff that he lost in his room. But I think I just have to keep on him about it. And where's our insurance money for his bed and his clothes and stuff, that got ruined. And I wish they would just send that to us so then we could go get him his bed. But still, his room is not complete, and the ceiling's completely open. The wall's still bare. I mean, the floors are bare. Like my husband said, we're going to do our own flooring ourselves, just, because we want to do hardwood flooring. We've got a lot to do this year still to try to get done. I mean, it's really nerve-wracking because we've got to come up with a pallet stove to be able to get that in, and then we got to drill out or cut out holes in the floor to do venting, and we got to get pellets bought and brought downstairs, and it's just, time is getting shorter and shorter to the point of where we're going to be rushing to get things done, and that seems to be our lifestyle here. We're never just like on the slow and mode type. We're always running behind, and then we're trying to bust our butts to try to get things done, and it's just constant. So I think with this video, I'm just gonna do a vlog for right now, and then I'll take you guys around after I get a few things done to show you what I've done. But like, just sitting here talking with you guys really does help out some, and just stating what we're trying to do here. And my husband is still undecided whether he wants to make this back part of our property pasture, or does he want to just do it in a small hay field, because it would be around 5 acres or so that we could make into a hay field, and put everybody up at the front of the property. But I told him, I said, even with a 5-acre hay field, that's not going to be enough to get us through, because that up there is not big enough for everybody we have. It's not big enough for 7 horses. It's not big enough for the goats I've got. It's just not big enough. Unless we move everybody this way, a little further this way, which we could do. I mean, we've got that whole area there we could possibly even just move the chickens over into. I mean, it wouldn't be a big deal. They could actually get in that, and I think that possibly that could be an idea. But yeah, I don't know. I think the more we try, the harder things get, just in life specifically. But if you just keep going, then life can get easier if you just keep trying and keep pushing forward, and just to get everything that you need done. And that's all we can really strive for. Like for me, I've got from the time I get up to the time I go to bed to try to get things done, but it's really hard for me to do that because I can't seem to keep focused on one project at a time. I feel like I've got so many projects going. If I can just tap into them each day until they're completed, then that's what I could do. But we'll see. I just want to say thank you guys for being here today. I hope you guys enjoyed this little chat. I know we've got a ton of trees that we're going to try to get down, but then, our neighbors said that they could, once the tree's down or whatever, they could just hook their tractor up to it and drag the logs over there, and then they can cut them as they need them, and then split them if they need it, and just go from there. But like I told him, I was like, we've got all these trees that we're going to have to get down here, and we don't want the wood going to waste, which we don't. And with that being said, I believe that there'd be enough wood here to last them for a few years at least, so they don't have to try to cut anything in their property down. I think that's Milo. Milo! Is that Milo? I can't tell. All our cats look alike. If he was walking and his tail's broke, then I'm pretty sure it's him. Because he's got a broken tail. He's got a couple broken ribs too. We think maybe he probably got hit. Could have been why he was gone so long and then came back. But I don't know. There's the Dixie. Hi, honey. What you doing? What? You want to come here? That fire's hot. You going to come up here? Huh? Her little baby downstairs, he is huge. Well, he's not little no more. He's way bigger than she is now. My husband's like, I'm about ready to bring Dixie in. I'm like, I don't know if she'd really like to be an inside kitty, but she might be now that she's fixed, Right, Dix? Yeah, I know. Come on. It's okay. Come on. I know, it's a little warm, isn't it? Yeah, my legs are a little on fire right now. But thank you guys again. I got sidetracked. I just had more to think about. So thank you guys for being here. Until next time. God bless you.